I'm here with France 2 winners from last year, Eric and Benoit. Bonjour.
Bonjour, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, bonjour.
So how are you feeling now? We've got a few hours until the launch tonight. Your preparations are good.
Yeah, the preparation is quite okay because yesterday was a relaxing day. We spent time with friends, checking a few things, relaxing in the hotel. So that was very appreciated and probably by all the teams. And with the bad weather yesterday afternoon raining, so fine.
Fine, perfect. Benoit, great support back in France. You have such a great following.
Yeah.
Yes, we see in the restaurant we were 13 people in the restaurant just for one team, so they are all supporting us, but they pay the bill.
Yes. So, tell me, have you got any strategy that you can tell me about, or is it all top secret right now?
I would say for tonight it's still not sure. It seems that there might be two different strategies for all the teams, but as every year, yeah, the command center calculated trajectories, 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, and even sometimes 5 hours before takeoff, and then it's getting more and more precise, and usually we decide in the last 2 hours or 3 hours, like probably everyone, and so we don't imagine anything, we just wait, they do the job and we make the decision.
How do you divide your duties during the flights, day after day, night after night? Is this already decided, at what times you will do what, or is it as you feel through the flight?
Usually there are different things. We prepare things in advance. The rule is that the first one who is tired is sleeping. We don't fight against the tiredness. One is usually Benoit sleep first, but if I am tired, I sleep first. Then we change and so on. And usually we decide Benoit do the landing because he's flying much more than me during the year. So I consider we are both pilots, we are brothers. There's no pilot or co-pilot, we are brothers. And he makes much more hours, much more landing during the year, so he's more precise than me. So no time to make something. It's decided before takeoff, so he will do the landing.
With all the teams, yourselves and the other teams. Yeah, I just shared it now, yes. Travel long distance, day after day. Can you give some idea to the people watching who are not from our sport, something they can as an analogy, something they could understand what it means? Because I think that amount of time in such a small space, it's hard to even think about.
If we take the example of the last few years from pilots from Switzerland, France, Germany, or wherever. Last year we experienced an 86 hours flight. And when we landed, we say, oh, it's already finished, it's already done, because we are very, very busy. And what we try to explain to our command center, to our friends, is that the life on board is in 1.2 square meter, but you need to fight against stress, against tiredness, and against cold, against heat, against whatever thing, and everything on board is complicated, especially above 5,000 meters. So we try to explain small details like pissing in a bottle, like going to the toilets, like eating. Eating is long. When you've got oxygen in the nose, when you talk on the radio with ATC, everything is complicated. If you go to the toilets, it takes you 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Because it's last year we were 6,000 meters, or the year before, minus 13 degrees. You need to remove all your clothes, and that kind of details that we can't show, but we try to explain that the normal day life on the floor is completely different and multiplied by 1,000 more difficult.
You're a great team, great personalities, good friends, always positive, always with full energy. There must be times when you do feel low on such a great passage. There must be. Do you manage to keep that energy positive all the time?
I would think yes, because we consider we are not alone. We are both on board. When I sleep very well because I fully trust 100% him, like we said last year. And I think it's vice versa. So we consider we have the privilege, like all the other pilots, to fly unique flights, to fly above Romania, USA, Spain, Italy, or whatever. It's unique pictures, and we have the chance to film it with the GoPro. Benoit makes the video every year. It's a half-an-hour movie just to get the feeling to people. So if one is tired, we go to sleep, the other is managing, and whatever. So as it's really alone, it's not possible to do it. So we are really two brains, two bodies, two friends, whatever, my wife, I'm his wife, and or whatever you want, or his band. But it's a very unique sensation during 1 year, spending 2, 3, 4 days together. That's funny.
When you think now about last year, of course, the win is a very high moment. Apart from that, what was the biggest highlight in your mind about last year's journey?
There are many highlights. I don't know. Crossing all the US was a dream that we were talking and say, if we are lucky, we'll cross all the US. When we crossed the Mississippi River, we were saying, Tom Sawyer, America, that kind of things that we saw on TV when we were young, and then landing in North Carolina close to Kitty Hawk, where the Wright brother took off more than 120 years ago. That kind of thing, say, oh, that's lucky, man. We are lucky, man. And the lucky team, because we were with 6 people plus 12 people on the command center. So everyone is part of the victory. So that's that. There are plenty of memories in flight. And Benoit is very good in filming details with the camera and so on. And then in the movie, you feel things sometimes just with the music. Wow, what a privilege.
Well, guys, another great adventure is hours away. We wish you all the best from all of us here at Gordon Bennett TV, and bon vol.
I think it will be a very tough race this year for everyone. Maybe we'll finish 5, 10th, 15th, or first. We would like to finish first, like everyone, but there are so many parameters, so many things that can happen that we are ready to be first or 21st. Okay. So that's life, that's competition.
C'est la vie.
Eh oui, merci beaucoup.
Bye-bye.
Always great to chat with Franz too. We're back with Kiff in a moment. We're just going to get a few messages from our sponsors.
It is not the hours, minutes or seconds that define us, but generations. The watch collection from the Tuttimer family. Discover more at tuttimer.com.
It's Gordon Bennett TV here in the sunshine on the launch podium for the 67th Coupe Aéronautique Gordon Bennett. Thomas Horror's here, Kiff Saunders is here, Australia. Kiff, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Yeah, great to be here. So excited.
Tell us what's going on back home.
Well, I mean, we'll probably have a team of people just getting ready to go to bed tonight, but certainly, you know, they'll all be watching with great anticipation the launch, I'm sure.
Hey Thomas, it got down to the wire with Kiff for getting the actual balloon ready in time, right? Was it down to the last minute?
Yeah, we only got delivery of the balloon like 3 days ago, so it was a bit of an anxious time. We were hoping to do a test flight, but the weather, as you know, has not been that great, so we're really happy to see the sun, blue sky, and the fact that it's all calmed down for what looks like to be a really tremendous Gordon Bennett race.
How far back do you guys go? How long have you known each other?
Well, we know each other by Facebook for quite a while. I think we met here the first time, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Oh, no, I think I met you maybe in St. Gallen as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. In St. Gallen we saw each other.
I remember you telling me that I was trying to kiss my daughter goodbye, and you were going, there's no time for that. There's no time for that.
The only thing in St. Gallen I allowed was a proposal back then.
Yeah, that was for the Polish, wasn't it?
The Polish did a proposal right before taking off.
No, yeah, well, it was a very quick launch out of St. Gallen. I hope that we're a little bit more relaxed today.
I promise you. I promise you.
What's the scene like in Australia? Is there a gas balloon scene? How is it?
No, we don't have gas ballooning in Australia. Actually, Australia still works on the whole concept of that hydrogen isn't permitted to be used as a lifting gas. So we have to change that rule if we get get hydrogen ballooning. But that's my aim of getting into the sport. I mean, it's taken me over 30 years to get into gas ballooning, and it's been a dream for that period of time. And now my next dream is that we actually do get to do a small event, or maybe even one day the Gordon Bennett in Australia, because it would be a tremendous country to traverse in a gas balloon.
By saying that, Kiff, you implicated that you will win it, right?
Well, yeah, I think that I've got a bit of work to do, but I hope my kids are watching because that's our dream, and certainly I really do want to make sure that we do have a crack at it one day.
Well, I wish you good luck for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Kiff, what's your history? Tell us about your history, your life, how you got into ballooning and what's been your career over the years.
Well, I actually started flying when I was 15. My grandfather set up Australia's first private flying school in the 1930s. So I grew up in an aviation family, but he bought himself an airplane, a biplane in the 1930s with his brothers, and they set up their property, which had a race course on it, into a small airport. And so they kind of really did that seat of the pants flying. And I grew up around that aviation, and our family still lives on that airport. It was during World War II an American Air Force base, and now it's a commercial airport, but we still have all the houses around there. And so back in the early 80s, Peter Vizard, a champion balloonist from Australia, he established ballooning from Camden Airport, just out of Sydney. It's about 1 hour. And so I was just bumming around, and I'd just come back from travelling around Europe and the world, and I thought, gee, this is a great opportunity to continue living this very nomadic dream. And so, yeah, I was offered by Peter Vizard a tour of Australia as a ground crew, and subsequently that turned into me becoming a pilot, and I got my licence in 1988, and now I kind of run a very large ballooning operation in Victoria where we have like 32 balloons and 8 pilots, and it's been my life, and my kids have been involved in all of this journey, and it's been one of the most beautiful and serendipitous trips that one could imagine. As everyone knows in ballooning, it's just a life which is blowing in the wind, and I love that.
Talking about your kids, there's something special happening or happened just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I've had the honour of each of my 3 children, my 2 sons and my daughter, to qualify to compete at the World Hot Air Ballooning Championships in Hungary, in Sziget. And so they have just completed that event, which is an extremely proud moment for me. And I was just writing to them and saying how, it's not so much about the competition, it's the fact that they have embraced the life of a balloonist, which is very transient. It's destination unknown, and it takes you to incredible places where you meet amazing people, and it's a very small, eclectic, crazy community of people. And the fact that they're all there together competing and meeting people from around the world. I just recently was traveling in Europe. There's not a place I can't go where I can't say I'm a balloonist and be extended hospitality. And the kids are now taking on that dream. And my middle son, he actually finished 6th in the World Championships, which is a phenomenal achievement for a young person of 25 years old to take himself across the other side of the world and compete to that level.
That's great. That's great. You are welcome in Prague always,
Yeah. Anyway, a big shout out to Eddie, Scarlett and Patterson if you happen to be watching, although I think you're probably at the award ceremony now, but I just wanted to say how much I love you, and well done to the Australian team.
Congrats.
Oh, thanks very much, Kiff. Really good to be here with you. We're right here. This is ground zero where it all starts from. And a little bit earlier, we caught up with Kurt and Pascal from Team Swiss One. So, Kurt and Pascal, Swiss One, good afternoon.
Hello, together. Hello.
So we're getting ready for the big launch tonight, getting ready to do the filling as well. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, we feel very good. So we prepared for the race. Now we fill up the balloons. That will be quite challenging. A little bit wind is on the way, so we will see how it works.
Every year you always have a special strategy, and every year I always ask you, we're going to give you any clues?
Well, I think this year it's quite clear from the beginning what the most teams will do. And then, as probably also you have heard from the Meteor guy, the race will going to be decided in Spain. We guess that will be also for us.
Is there any other options at all, or is it all the south travel? Is that all there's going to be?
When you go very high, then you can go straight south to Italy, but there you have problems with airspace and also with the weather. So I think the most of the balloons will follow the track to Spain.
And your launch position, remind me which one you are?
Seventh.
How do you feel? Good.
Well, I think as Thomas said, at the end of the day, it will not make a difference. From the feeling getting up as one of the first third or first half, well, Probably yes, we are a little bit too fast. We cannot brake really on the way down, so all the others will follow, but we'll see what's happening in Spain.
And I suppose the question that I must ask is, how do you feel you will do this year? Everybody wants to win, of course, but is it in your sights? Are you going for the win, or how do you feel in yourselves?
Absolutely, we go for the win, that's clear. But this year it will be not so easy, I think, because we are fast, so 48 hours later we all there in Spain, and then we will see who can make it to the best position, so that will be quite challenging then.
It's going to be very interesting, isn't it? Like you say, everybody down there quick, and then what happens once we're all down in Spain?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as we have seen it last time when we flew in Europe, you were probably also surprised, and we were too, how many balloons were still up in the air there close to the Turkish border. I mean, in Bulgaria, there were 7-8 balloons still up in the air until the final hours. So it probably will be this time also like this, because the balloons are quite technically on the same level. There is a lot of technology in the basket. Pilots are looking for all the other things what all the others do. So we have a tracking which is very powerful, very fast. So I also believe it will be quite crowded down there.
Could become a game of kilometers or meters even.
We will see, yeah.
Anything changed with your system, with your technology? Anything different than previous years? Yes, he's smiling, but he's not going to tell me.
Well, I mean, you will see it when we are building up the balloon. But as always, I mean, what are we improving? We try to improve our communication. We try to improve our navigation capabilities. They are already quite good. So the basic is still the same. The good stuff we keep, and some additions we do, yeah.
We look forward to seeing what you've got in store for us later on this evening. But thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey Tom, it's so good to chat with Kiff, eh?
He's such a lovely person. He's a real man in ballooning community. He really built up incredible operations in Australia. It is very well run. It's known for safety, and everybody has deep respect for Kiff, what he has done down there.
Do us a favour, people watching at home, get your questions in, of course, but if you are enjoying it, even if you're not, just give us a like, just press the like button and share as well. Air sports around the world is quite a niche thing when it comes to sports, football and tennis and all the rest of it. So air sports is quite a niche thing. Gas ballooning is a very niche thing within air sports. So everything you do, every share you give us, every like you do, it just helps the algorithm to push us up on the social media channel. So do that for us if you don't mind. Let's switch our view down to the field and let's have a talk with Thomas. Just exactly what's going on at the field. Let's have a look at our camera which shows all the action. What's happening right now, Thomas?
So here you see a pilot. That's actually Kiff, you know, whose basket is still not connected to the envelope ring. That's the black ring this person is having in his hand. The basket will be then connected to this ring, and then the balloon and envelope is ready for inflation. Actually, Kiff just made a seating check whether his seat in the basket is okay, his bed in the basket is okay. Here you see the truck bringing some sandbags from A to B, and back there the Swiss. This is the Swiss team now fighting with the ring, connecting it. There it will be connected. So you see all the pilots are about at the same stage of preparation. They are all about at the stage connecting the envelope with the basket. Once the envelope is connected with the basket, you will spread the envelope apart a little bit and put in the diffuser into the envelope on the bottom to inflate the balloon with hydrogen. So if I take a look at timing right now, we still have about half an hour till the cars have to leave the field. And so in about 45 minutes we will be able to start, 45 to 50 minutes to start the hydrogen flow.
And with the other Gordon Bennetts that we've done, the locations are obviously always different. This looks like one of the smaller launch fields that we've used in the past few years.
That's correct. This is one of the tricky things. It's a smaller launch field and a bigger participation crowd. So actually two things which come together. Nevertheless, with this backdrop, it's worth it. And the winds are not supposed to be too high, so it will not be a problem. But if we would have had higher winds, the balloons would clash to each other, which wouldn't be really nice and good. We had that once in Arkansas. That was in the year 2001 or 2, I don't know, where the balloons were also in a historic setup, very tight to each other, and the winds were high and the balloons were clashing to each other. That was not a pretty view.
Indeed. Right, so listen, on the social media chat as well, you might be getting or seeing friend requests from the Coupe Aéronautique. Just ignore them, they are fake. All the sports now on social media get hammered with these bots that are trying to get you and to take your identity. So if you get any friend requests from the Coupe Aéronautique Gordon Bennett, it is fake, ignore it. We are not sending out any friend requests at all. And if you see any live stream links which are from a person's name and not from the Coupe Aéronautique Gordon Bennett or from YouTube, just ignore them or report them or block them as well. There's no payment, there's no charge for any of our live streams. Gordon Bennett TV is the only place you can watch live. We'll be bringing you 3 live shows a day once we're back at the hotel from tomorrow, once the race is on. But a little bit earlier, we caught up with the boy and girl team from Austria too. Let's check in with Steffi and Wutzi. Steffi and Wutzi, Austria 2, good morning.
Good morning.
How are we feeling?
Good morning, yeah, good, thank you.
What's happening at the moment? Talk me through your day. What's happened so far today?
Oh, we had a good breakfast, and now we just went shopping for some food in order to have some good meal for the flight. And now we just arrived here, and we're checking out where our place is. And for the inflation, we're going to prepare for our inflation bags, like the sandbags, for we need as extra weight to build up the balloon. And then I think we're going to have a little bit of time until the wind will calm down, and then we're going to start inflating.
Steffi, how did your gas ballooning journey begin? Tell me how your ballooning story started.
Well, because of Wutzi, I would say, we spent quite a lot of time on airfields, and quite some people in our environment do ballooning. In 2019, I also started because I wanted to fly a hopper, like these one-person balloons.
How is that? I've seen them. How is it to fly?
It's fun. It's like a big toy, and you're alone. You can enjoy the environment. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. And you've obviously your whole life with balloons, right?
Yes. Basically, I think I did my first balloon flight with 2 or 3 years old. Yeah.
So one thing you might know, if you know us, or if you don't know us, you won't know, but we're skydivers as well. Different levels of skydiver. These are superstars. I'm kind of in the middle somewhere. But for the skydivers watching, what's got more adventure and more excitement? The Gordon Bennett or a day of skydiving?
I would say probably it's a bit comparable to competition skydiving, like preparation-wise. It's just a longer time span because we're so long in the air, but I would say it's could be same exciting, yeah.
And what about gas balloon flights this year? Have you done any at all?
Well, I did 4, but not really long ones this year. But I got the chance in the summer at least to do 4.
And that's pretty good, eh? To do 4 gas flights before the... I mean, some people might not have done any this year, right? Some competitors?
Yes, I actually talked to Eric, and he said he did not fly since the last Gordon Bennett where they won.
Yeah. So it looks like the track's everybody heading down France, perhaps Spain, correct?
Looks like this. Yeah. Now we didn't. I think our command center. They're just checking the last trajectories, and yeah, we'll see. And we have like 48 hours till we arrive there, so might change in between as well. So not sure yet, but that's the way it looks like going to Spain.
And guys, going shopping now for your food for on the journey. What we're getting? What's going to be on the menu?
Well, I'm always afraid I don't have enough food. So yeah, normally we just bread and some cheese and sausages. We keep it simple, like more like antipasti Italian way, and then adapting hopefully to tapas when we come to Spain.
Any special refreshments packed away for when you land?
Of course, Czech beer we brought from Klatovy, so we are ready to have a good beer after landing.
Good. Well, thank you very much, guys. Good wins and a great flight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Steffi and Wutzi.
Regan, what's the skydiving check? Were you fishing for compliments?
Just a little bit of fishing. I said, so you two guys, I mean, you're superstars at skydiving. I'm not anywhere near that level. Expecting them to say, no, Regan, you're amazing. And they just both went,
Well, sometimes you fish for nothing.
Yes, I didn't catch anything on that expedition, eh?
No.
That river was dry.
Not even a small one.
That river was dry. Oh man, the joys of live interviews, eh?
It is.
So Thomas,
Yeah.
the $1 million question: where they're going to be heading?
To Norway. I'm kidding.
No, you said that. I say no way.
No way. No, I'm kidding. So it will be a flight towards the south. So they will probably pass Dortmund, going past Bonn in Germany, and then entering into Luxembourg, France, southern France. That's probably the area where the first balloons will be landing. Then you have to cross the Pyrenees, going through Spain. And then it's the $1 million question: is the Gibraltar the farther one, or is the Coupe in southwest of Portugal the farther one? We will see that, but there's a lot of obstacles on the way. So Germany, I have to do a big shout out to the Deutsche Flugsicherung, DFS. They help us a lot. We have clear skies. We can fly through their airspace, no problem. The French are also very, very cooperative, as everybody is. But there's some airspaces which nobody can give us permission, and that's the so-called Class A airspace,
Yes.
Alpha airspace. It's airspace only for commercial airliners, for instrument flight rules flying airplanes. And that's around, for example, for Madrid around. So Madrid, the city of Madrid and around, is like a roadblock on the way down there. And the balloons have to circumnavigate this roadblock. So we will see how well or not well they will be able to do that.
Incredible. It's all getting down to it. This big adventure that we follow every year. Remember, you can follow it online as well, and you can follow it on the YB tracking. We're going to be showing you a little bit more information about that tomorrow. Once the balloons have taken off tonight, we'll be bringing you 3 live shows a day with special guests and interviews and updates from all the teams every single day from here in Munster. All that happens now, inflation is going to start in about an hour's time. We'll have a live stream for you from the field camera that will be running all afternoon, so you can check in and see what's happening. And then we'll be back with our live show and the launch, and Thomas Hoare here in the centre getting these balloons into the sky. But for now, from Thomas and me, we'll see you later.
See you later. Stay tuned.